Hi everyone, it's the Moon Mage back again with another reading. Today's reading is going to be about who is being haunted by the thought of you at this time. Clearly, it's a reading about somebody you're in separation with, somebody that you're not really talking to, so they may be haunted by just the thought of you, or whatever they did to you, or just not having you in their life anymore. So we are just going to try to tap into their energy, try to figure out who they are, and maybe get some messages from them at the end, okay? So we have 3 piles to choose from. Each of these keys I have borrowed from my Hecate altar, Hecate, however you pronounce her. She's the goddess of witchcraft and magic and darkness, so I have been working with her a lot. I really do love her energy. She's also a protector for dogs, so I like to call on her to protect my little wolfie that I have here. But yeah, so I borrowed these keys from her. Let's get into the actual piles. The first pile, we have the New Wave Tarot with this key. I'll just lift it up because it's kind of busy. So we have this key. I guess I could put it up here, but it doesn't really focus. So we got it down here. Okay. The second key is with the Sun and Moon Tarot. It is the mini version. I like the black border better. And this is a key that I found at an antique shop one day. They just had a bunch of keys and I pulled one and it had 22 on it, which is the symbol for twin souls or right place, right time kind of thing. And this key I also got from another antique shop. And this one my dad picked out. And we have it with the 8th House Tarot. Okay, so this one's kind of heavy. So take a few moments and just choose your pile, choose a key. Feel free to choose more than one. It is very likely that more than one person could come up for you, and that's completely fine. Okay, we'll get right into the reading. Hi, pile 1, if you chose the New Wave Tarot with this key, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into who is being haunted by your energy at this time, okay? We actually are going to pull some oracle cards first before we get into the tarot, just to get a general idea of who this person could be. Let's just pull some cards from, this is the Melanin Pop Tarot. Who is pile 1's person that's being haunted by them right now? Who is pile 1's person? And what's the situation? Okay, we have addiction, excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. Next card, we have for pile 1's person who is thinking of pile 1 at this time. Sadness, hurt, betrayal, emotional, sensitive, honoring your feelings. So this person is very sad about not having you in their life right now. They could be coping with the sadness with addictive behavioral patterns, or just drinking a lot, or doing anything that's unhealthy, sleeping with a bunch of people they don't really care about. My career, promotions, passion, offers, stability, wealth, new ideas. They could be dealing, even if it's not like super severe, like doing drugs or alcohol, they can just be coping by overworking. That can also be a thing. and very unhealthy. Yeah, so I think that on the regular, they may come across as a very powerful person, somebody who is a leader and somebody who seems like they have all of their stuff together on a regular basis. But when it comes down to it, like on their own, like behind closed doors, and like when they're alone and able to like really sit with themselves, they're really sad about this separation. Okay. And they don't know how to deal with the loss of you, really. I think that, or just the, I feel like they weren't prepared for a situation with you at the time that you came into their life, so they kind of really dropped the ball, and now they're kind of looking back and regretting it, like you were probably the best thing that's happened to them. And so they are really like kicking themselves for letting this opportunity go. It's like slip away. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. Okay. We're gonna pull from another deck. Let's pull from, this is a coffee cup oracle. Let's just get some cards. We have Old Woman. This is actually my least favorite card in the deck because I don't think that all older women are sad, but it does say sadness, which is another keyword for this card right here. So this card, so we have Shark, Survival, and Power. So maybe at the time that they met you, or you guys just came together, you were both in survival mode and not really at a place where you could receive this kind of connection. Let's see. But it does say power as well, so they could be, I just thought of like Shark Tank, right? And this powerful man. So they could be an entrepreneur, or they could be just somebody who's really good with money, or just has money, and that's something that they can control. And so they've spent a lot of time trying to be successful at that, because when it comes to relationships or when it comes to this situation, they feel like a little bit of a failure, and they feel like they really could have done so much better. They could have handled the situation better. Like they didn't invest in you, and it feels like that is one of the ultimate losses that they have ever experienced. We have Justice. Scales, Justice and Documents, and we have Bride, Wife, and Engagement. So you could have moved on. In the bottom of the deck, you have Flowers and Romance. So you could have been really like sweet to this person, very, very like showed up. You could have showed them what it meant, or given them a glimpse of what it would be like to be in a healthy love relationship, or like a true love relationship kind of thing. And I just don't think that they were ready for something like that, and so they kind of went off and did their own thing. I'm gonna pause because of the train. This person has probably received their karma for how they treated you. Or I'm not saying that what they really did was super duper horrible. It could be. I think that a lot of them already had these bad habits in place. They were probably kind of young still, or we both were kind of young, and they were living hedonistic lifestyle, and you seemed a little more angelic to them, I think. You seemed like somebody who they could actually like have a long-term relationship with, like somebody that they wanted to marry, and they felt like they were too young to be in that kind of situation, you know, and so instead they took a different route. And now it's like, I think it's more like regardless of what gender you identify as. Now I think that you guys are older, and a lot of time may have passed, and they keep going back into this situation with you. Like it just keeps popping up because it feels unfinished, or it feels like there was just so much potential that could have happened here. And the fact that they took a different route, what they feel like is not making them happy. Like, yeah, they could be successful career-wise, but there is a void that they're feeling as well. And so now that they're older and they have matured a little bit, and maybe they're not so hedonistic anymore, and they are awake to what could have been, you know? It's kind of like I like one of those situations where they should have said something different, or they should have taken up the opportunity when it presented itself. And although they needed to experience everything that they did up to get into this point, like it seems like you guys are on different spiritual journeys. Like I think that you were further along on the spiritual growth journey than they were, and so you probably really saw this as an opportunity for love, and that's how you're approaching it, because you guys really connected in a way that it was very unique. Like you probably don't connect with a lot of people in this way, and so when you guys came together or met, it seemed like this was the person, but instead it was just like another karmic relationship and for you. And yes, maybe you were sad at first. I think that the roles have switched, you know, like maybe they went off and they didn't allow themselves to heal from this immediately, or maybe they ran away, so they weren't able to feel the pain of losing you. They probably replaced it again with work, or just friends, or you know, partying and all these things. And now that they've slowed down, the roles have switched. So you could have been sad at first that they left you. I feel like this was probably you at first, and this is them looking at you like they're, you know, like they see that you're sad, and they're sad about it too, kinda, or like they're aware of it, but they're just like too in their world to be able to do something about it, you know? And so this could have been you, but now you have healed. You've allowed yourself to heal from this situation, and maybe this is you now. You both could be on your paths to success. Like they probably look back on your social media, or you know, hear about you from somebody, and you seem to be doing well, and they're like, wow, like they're doing so great without me. This is probably you. You could have moved on. You could have been married to somebody else, you know, depending on how long. You could have found a partner who treats you so much better than they ever did, and they see that, and they wonder why they couldn't have been that person for you, and they are really suffering from it. They're receiving the kind of karma that is due, you know, because they treated you this way. So that's the person that's coming up for pile 1. We're gonna pull some tarot now. So, what is pile one's person? How is pile one's person being haunted by the thought of them? How is pile one's person being haunted by the thought of them? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. We have Six of Cups. They're just haunted by the memories. I think that very few people have moved them the way that you have. Or I feel like you're very unique. You stand out. And, I have a plant near me, and so gnats have been crazy these days, but let's see. One's person. Four of Swords. Yeah, they definitely think about you when they're alone. Clarifying. Six of Swords. Page of Discs. But there's more than one card, so I'm gonna just choose one card, please. Pile one's person, how are they being haunted by the thought of pile one? The Empress. How did I know? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Discs. So I think that this person did not feel good enough for you at the time that you guys met. And honestly, I don't think they still don't feel good enough for you, because they really see you as the Empress, and just the fact that they treated you and left you the way that they did is bad enough. And they don't think that, honestly, whether they're successful or not, compared to you and your energy, they feel like the Page. They feel like somebody who's on this very slow journey, somebody who was a Knight of Wands when you guys met and was really like into just like fun and exciting things, but also just like non-committing to anyone, and just really moving forward at a fast pace and not really thinking about their consequences at the time. And so they kind of left you behind, or you guys moved on in separate situations, and they thought that they would be further along than they are right now. Maybe that much time has passed, and they just don't, they still feel spiritually, I would say, because material gain comes easily to them, I think. And so they have control over money, but when it comes to relationships, they feel empty. And it's really because I think they rejected love before you entered their life. And so when they met you, they kind of made this pact to themselves that they weren't going to fall in love, or they weren't going to do that again. Maybe they just had a bad experience with love. I mean, we all kind of do at this point, right? But they really said, F it. Like, I'm not going to do this again. Like, I'm going to be in control of my emotions and my future, and I'm just not going to do this. Like, I don't want it. And they were so jaded that they didn't think it through when they met you. Like, they realized you were very unique and one of a kind, but they just didn't care. You know, they knew I believe they received warnings from the universe. Like, hey, you have an opportunity to redirect you, to change the direction of your life, you know, from being like having all those addictive behaviors. They had an opportunity when you came in to just like have a ride or die, or like, you know, like somebody that they really connect to, and they didn't take it. And that is really hovering over their mind right now. I think they're gonna regret it probably for the rest of their life a little bit, you know. I think eventually they may find somebody, because I don't really think that they are going to reach out to you. I will pull some messages after this just to see what they want to say to you, what their higher self wants to say to you, but it doesn't seem like they really want to disturb you. They still don't feel like you're equal. You know, I think this person has really low self-esteem, especially after not taking the path with you. I think that they maybe delayed or hindered their spiritual growth, or just put it on the back burner, and with you they could have really advanced, but that's not what happened. And so now they see you as somebody who has really bloomed and flourished, and they are kind of almost the same person that they used to be, or just like more beaten down a little bit, you know. But they think about reaching out to you, and or they think about what it would be like to speak to you again, or to reach out to you and apologize maybe, or, you know, like they really got into a place where they know that they messed up, like they effed up. Yeah, this person's been through a lot. I would say they've really been beaten down by life. They probably are emotional as a person, but they try not to let people know how affected they are by things, at least emotionally. They just try to hide that, and I feel like you kind of scared them in a way that where they felt very seen by you. Like, when I think about, like, they think you're a badass is really what it is. And maybe you thought that they were too, like they could really match you, but they chose the lifestyle over you. So, okay, we're just gonna get some. This is making me bummed out. I'm gonna get some messages from your person. I think that they're just very, very disappointed in themselves and in their lives. Like, I just don't think that they are happy. It says, I'm learning not to fight what is good for me. Yeah, I think that they felt like you were too good for them. Like, you seemed like an angel to them. Maybe, and I don't think that you maybe weren't, you know, maybe you were more like this empress, or, you know, just somebody who really was above the rest. You'll miss me when I'm not around. I think in a way, when they left, or when this ended, that was probably their attitude. They're like, this person's gonna miss me, but they didn't care, you know. Or, you know, the universe told them that that they would miss you. And now they're understanding that. It could have been delayed, a delayed reaction, but they are definitely missing you now. Let's pull another message. This love encourages me to prioritize my well-being. I think that even if they are not talking to you, they probably do check up on you, and they see how much better you're doing than them, and it inspires them to want to do better. Or just the fact that they lost you because they were in an unhealthy place is really why they want to prioritize their well-being, because they don't want to miss this kind of opportunity again in the future. I'm learning how my emotional history has impacted how I show up in relationships. Wow. I didn't even realize that I wrote this twice, but it came out twice, so I guess that's really important. I think that they got a wake-up call for sure. Like, they learned the hard way. It's crazy how it came out twice in a row. Okay. Let my love open the door to your heart. So you could have known that this person's heart was closed off and you really wanted to open a door for them, but they didn't allow you to go through. And now they're wishing that they did. Do you think that we could... Do you think we could start over? I think that that's how they envision a future with you, even though they don't think that that's really realistic. I think in their dreams they do wish you guys could start over. You make me feel seen and supported. One more. I'm glad we had a chance to love each other, but I know it's time to move on. So whether it was brief or a very long time ago, they do look back on this situation as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. They really do cherish it, and they cherish you. And they're so grateful, even though it ended up not being ideal between you guys. They don't regret meeting you. I believe because they have been haunted by just them not taking up this opportunity with you, they have been holding on to your energy for a very long time, and they do wish that you guys could start over, but they also know that that is not really realistic. Like, they see you and they envision you as somebody who has definitely moved on from them, somebody who has found somebody who matches their energy and can give you everything that you desire, and They wish the best for you. They're very sad. Like, really, I think that they're really, really sad. Like, I think even the people around them who have met you, they saw how their life changed when you left. And I don't know if they talk to them about it or not. There's definitely somebody who knows how badly this separation has affected your person. But yeah, they just wish the best for you, and they hope that you were able to heal your heart, you know, from the pain that they have caused. Okay, pile one. Okay, pile one, this is what I have for you at this time. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon, okay? Until next time. Hi, pile two, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Sun and Moon Tarot with the 22K, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into who is being haunted by the thought of you at this time. Who is haunted by you at this time, okay? So before we get into the tarot, we are going to pull some oracle cards and just try to get some energies on who it is that I am channeling at this time. Okay, so today we're going to pull some cards from the Melanin Pop Tarot and just get an idea of who this person is that's being haunted by you. Who is being haunted by pile two? Who is being haunted by pile two at this time? Or group two at this time? We have a silver fox, age, maturity, clever, charming, experienced. Who is being haunted? We have moneymaker, hustler, unique job, sex worker. Who is being haunted by you at this time? We have third eye, intuition, chakra, blue, telepathy, perception. Who is being haunted by you at this time? Pile two. We have create with me, creation, conception, teamwork, new beginnings. So if I were to take these literally, maybe this person met you at your job and you were doing something very eye-catching and they were really enamored by you or like intrigued by your energy. You probably stood out above the rest when it comes to like doing your job or your performance. You could be a sex worker. Do I think most of my readers are sex workers? No, but it could be a possibility. But either way, I think that this person, they could be older than you or just living a life that seems more conformed or traditional than you do. And so when they met you, you kind of brought out this excitement in them because you're very different than the people that they surround themselves with, and you stand out. And I think that when you guys met, or maybe there was like very intense eye contact, or they just felt a shift within themselves, and they wanted to get to know you better, you know, try to talk to you more, and maybe just try to connect with you or, you know, date you. There's also a little bit of an energy where it kind of feels forbidden or like it was inappropriate. They could probably be much older than you. That is a possibility. I'm going to pause because of the train. We're going to pull some more cards from the Coffee Cup Oracle. We have I, Envy, and Protection. You know, when this eye came out, I did feel like something between your eyes was definitely very telling. Like maybe you didn't feel like you were safe around them. You know, like they made you feel like it was uncomfortable. Anchor, stability, and security. This could be somebody who maybe really wanted to talk to you, and like they could offer you a lifestyle that maybe you were intrigued by, but something in you told you that this person was not good news. Like your intuition told you not to reach out to them further. Like, yes, you were attracted to them and they were attracted to you, and it felt very intense, but something told you not to pursue this person any further, like than that night. They could have wanted to pick you up. They could have met you at a bar, or just saw you from a distance and wanted to get to know you, but you just got a bad feeling from them, and so you didn't really want to pursue anything. And we have old man, inheritance, and male. So it doesn't really matter whose gender it is, but I think that somebody, one of you is much older than the other person, and I think that you may have been offered, like they were trying to really get your attention by like letting you know how successful they are, or like all of their assets, or you know, just like really boosting themselves up. But in the back of your mind, you just really couldn't see yourself with this person seriously. Like, yeah, it was probably a nice flirty thing you had between each other. You kind of had like this very intense eye contact, or you just felt like they really desired you, and that made you uncomfortable because it didn't feel real. It felt more like lust. And maybe you're used to that because of whatever job that you do, or maybe you're just very attractive and people are always looking at you this way. But it shouldn't really faze you. I don't know if you're talking about somebody specific, or just this is something that happens to you very often. Because I'm getting that too, that this happens to you a lot. Like, I don't know if you're some kind of high profile kind of person, or you know, somebody that a lot of people always have their eye on. Like, people are always looking at you, and I think they're always used to it, people are always trying to get your attention through eye contact and trying to, offer you nice things and everything, but I think that you have gained a very solid relationship with your spirit guides, or if you haven't, you have realized through these kind of uncomfortable and dangerous situations that you need to build that relationship more between you and your inner being and your spirit guides in order to feel protected. Because I think that this is not a one-time thing. I think this happens pretty often for you, and it's kind of exhausting and mentally draining. But yeah, it is what it is. I think that a lot of people really try to be the one for you, and they're very selective about who you let in to your life on a personal level. Okay, so we're gonna get into the tarot now. So who is being haunted by pile 2 at this time? Who is being haunted by pile 2? We have 7 of Pentacles. It came out reverse, so King of Cups. Who's being haunted by pile 2 at this time? Who is being haunted by pile 2? Who is being haunted by pile 2 at this time? We're going to clarify these. Okay, who is being haunted by pile 3? Let's clarify. 7 of Pentacles with Wheel of Fortune. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Ace of Swords. Who's being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Queen of Pentacles. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Queen of Swords. Pile 3, I think that this person doesn't really know how to be very in tune with their emotions, and I think they're kind of like sleazy. Like, I don't want to use that word, but I really do think this person's kind of like sleazy and not really emotionally mature. I think that they, even if they are much older, they just have, it's just like one of those people that give me bad vibes in like a bar or something, unless I'm like really trying to pick you up, but they have no business doing that because, I'm not really trying to, sleep with nobody like that. You know what I mean? Or just like anything. I just don't think that this is the kind of person that you see yourself with long term, and they weren't really trying to be that for you. Yeah, they maybe made that impression that they were just to get in your pants kind of thing, but I really don't think that that's what they were looking for. Like, they probably wanted to hit it and quit it kind of thing. And I think that their main focus is on money and on anything that's material based. They were probably impressed by you because you seem like you had your own finances together as well. Maybe you guys had a talk and you told them what you did and they were impressed by that. You seem like you really had a good head on your shoulders. You seemed like you had, you were a boss or a manager or something, like you were on top of your game kind of thing. But you cut them off real short, I think. Or you just like didn't fall for their traps or any of their pickup lines or any of that sort. I just don't think that you were as impressed with them as they are impressed with you. And that's probably why that you are on their mind still, because you rejected them, because you revealed to them that you can because you revealed to them that you saw right through their games and their tactics, and you weren't giving them time of day. You didn't want whatever they had to offer. It was just not good enough, and you knew that. And you really, some of you even put them in their place, like I just don't think that you're very you didn't really entertain this situation for very long, and I think that that's why they're being haunted by you, because somebody of your caliber didn't feel like they were good enough for you, and I think that honestly revealed to them that they're not. Like, it revealed to them their lack. Like, they feel insecure about themselves. And honestly, they probably should feel that way, because I think that they have a lot to work on when it comes to like being respectful, or their values in relationships, or just like how to treat another person. I just don't think that, or leaving you alone when you say no the first time and then they don't take the hint. So like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably were persistent after you said that you weren't interested, and you didn't take that so lightly, and that's when you put them in their place, and then they're like, oh crap, you know what I mean? And so they may have blown the situation off like it was nothing in person, but I think that like the day after, or a week later, they really like thought about that interaction with you, and that's why they're thinking about you. So we're gonna pull some cards for messages for your person, pile 2. Let's just pull some messages for pile 2's person, for their higher self. We have, I hope one day we can be friends again. Maybe you were never even friends, but they hope to run into you again. It was nice. Like, even though you weren't interested, it was nice to be in your presence, Like, you entertained them. Pile 2's person. Let's get some messages from pile 2's person. I'm evolving into a better person each day because of this love. So it says love. I don't think that many of you knew this person very long for it to fall into love, or again, if you like I think that they were, again, enamored by you, or just like admired you so much. So that kind of love, I don't think that there was really love on your end, to be honest. But they're evolving into a better person because of you rejecting them based off of how they acted towards you, you know? And so they're like, maybe I shouldn't do that next time, kind of thing. So they're learning from the situation. We have, should I stay or should I go? Maybe that was what was going in their head at the time that you guys were talking, and they were being persistent, and you were clearly stating that you were not interested, but they didn't listen. And so then that's when you put them in their place, and they're like, damn, I should have just left when they first told me, because now they feel embarrassed. I mean, you know, everything's a lesson. It's a learning experience. Messages from your person. Why don't you and I get together? That could have been a pickup line from them. This connection has made me feel peace where I would normally feel tension. This connection brought us together, but only emotional maturity will make this work. I think that they really did learn from their interaction with you. Maybe you let them off easily, like more easily than you could have. I think it could have gone really badly, but they respected how you like dismissed them, kind of, and so they're like, okay, I won't do that again. You know, that way next time, or maybe I will, but I appreciate this person not meeting you. They appreciate you not really humiliating them. They're not emotionally mature though, and that's why you guys didn't connect. I see you all the time in my dreams. It's so hard to shake you off. It's more about the lesson than it is so much about you. This is more than just a crush, and I want to travel the world with you. Well, they're traveling interdimensionally with you, but physically, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you guys really have much more to say to each other, or, you know, I think that you have moved on more, much quicker than they have. But here they go, coming in a tarot reading, right? So that's what I have for you, pile 2. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, or comment down below and let me know. That would be greatly appreciated. I would love to hear from you all. And yeah, okay, so I look forward to reading for you all again soon, okay? Until next time, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the 8th house tarot with this key, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into, or channeling, who is being haunted by your energy at this time, by the thought of you, okay? So before we get into the tarot, we are going to pull some oracle cards just to get a general idea of who it is that we are channeling at this time. If this reading ends up resonating with you and your situation, please consider liking, subscribing, or commenting down below and letting me know. I would love to hear about it. So we're going to pull some cards from this Melanin Pop Melanin Pop Oracle. So let's just try to figure out who your person is at this time, okay? Let's see. Okay. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? We have slow and steady, wise planning, meticulous and careful, delays. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? And we have moneymaker, hustler, unique job, sex worker. We're going to pause because of the train. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? We have mountains, elevation, peak, climbing, and transcendence. Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? We have individuality, expressive, artistic, unique, fashion, courageous, and trendsetter. In the bottom of the deck, we have revenge, newness, revenge, body, luxury, reaching goals, and sudden success. So I think that this person, pile 3, I think that this person really... Okay. Pile 3, I think that your person, whoever's being haunted by you, is somebody who has witnessed your come up. Yeah, I think that they're being haunted by you because they have seen you at your bottom and they see you doing what it takes. They have witnessed you throughout your life, maybe throughout the years, and now that you are glowing and coming out on top, they are really thinking about that. Like, they're really ruminating on it. Maybe that you guys were on the same level at some point and they chose a different path. They chose something that was much more less focused than you. And honestly, I heard the word lazy, so maybe they just feel lazy compared to you. And now you're coming out on top. And they're like, damn, I should have really worked harder. You know? This could be in school too, like maybe you guys are in the same class and they are in the library more than you are, or they're studying more than you are, or it could be that, and then it pays off, like they are getting better grades than you, kind of thing. But that's not really, that was just an example, but I do think that you stand out more than a lot of people in general. I think that you have a very bright light. I think that when they think about you, they think that you are very, very in tune spiritually and somebody who is destined to succeed and be successful, and in a way that kind of makes them feel envious of you. Not everybody wants to see us succeed, right? But they know that it is bound to happen. Like it's kind of like your destiny, and they want to be happy for you. They just kind of wish that they directed their life. They kind of just wish that they were like you. I think that they really admire you to the point of kind of envy. You know what I mean? Like they kind of want to be like you, or wish that they were more like you. This is the Coffee Cup Oracle. We have cunning, stealth for wolf. Endings, beginnings. Maybe you were friends with this person in the past, but they kind of... See, some people are like this, where they see you as somebody who's going to be very successful, and even if you don't see it within yourself, they do. Like, everybody around you probably does. And so they were kind of envious of that, and they kind of maybe tainted this connection, this relationship, in a way that made you more protective of your energy and created boundaries. And so I think that in a way they kind of regret that, doing that, but they just, yeah, okay, see, I knew that I was getting... We have cat, jealousy, and gossip. Like, I really do think that this person is jealous of you. And it came out upside down, but I am going to take it upright, but I just want to say, I think that this is them. This is they're jealous because they don't have the same strength and success as you do, but you are the king of the jungle. You are the lion. You are so courageous. You, despite any adversity that you have experienced, or, you know, have been through, any troubles that you have been through, you're still coming out on top. And that is really what is admirable. Like, they know that you deserve to succeed. And I think in some cases that makes things worse for other people. The fact that you overcame all this hardship and really just deserve to succeed. Like, I think that really does make people envious more, and like more jealous, because you weren't just given new opportunities. These, like, you probably, if you're not receiving a lot of money right now, I feel like you're on the verge to, or definitely on the verge of gaining the recognition that you deserve. And that scares people, or that makes people angry, because they feel like they weren't chosen. I feel like you have like this prodigy kind of energy, or like the chosen one kind of energy by the spirit realm, and it's not so much you. I don't think that you always saw yourself as this way, or you did, but it was just like very hard to live in that energy because of everything that you were facing. So I think that everything that you experience has humbled you, but you stand out. You are very unique. You have also spiritually elevated in your life a lot because of all of this hardship. It forced you to become more, create a connection or a relationship with your spirit guides and your inner self. And so, yeah, you deserve to be where you are in success, but there's a lot of people that are watching you, and they're hoping that you can't fall from this kind of like pedestal that they put you on. I don't think that you're putting yourself on a pedestal, but I do think that you know that you're worthy of being on one. Not saying that you're above anybody else, but you're worthy of major success. And so this person is just somebody to watch out. I think that you have cut them off, or you have created boundaries. So because you've recognized this, and you know that they're just not good for you, but they're still like watching you from a distance. Okay, so we're gonna pull some tarot cards now, pile 3. and just figure out who this person is in more detail. Okay, pile 3's person, who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Who is being haunted by pile 3? Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? Page of Water, Page of Cups. Who is being haunted by pile 3? We have the High Priestess, and we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Who is being haunted by pile 3? Who is being haunted by pile 3 at this time? King of Water, King of Cups. Pile 3, I think that you have gotten the attention of somebody who is just not as emotionally mature as you. I feel like they're coming up as the Page of Cups when you are the King of Cups. Okay, so you're more emotionally intelligent than they are. I think that you have a stronger relationship with your inner being than they do. And that is really what is on their mind. I think that maybe at the time that you guys were really connected or more connected, they did something that hurt your feelings, you know, or they did something very shady to you, and it felt like a betrayal. And so when you experienced this with this person, it rubbed you the wrong way. It kind of came in a shock too, because you didn't really expect this person to react this way to you, but they did. And so it kind of closed you. I feel like their heart wasn't open to you. And I don't think this is always romantic. It could be like a friend, you know, somebody who you grew up with who ended up being like envious of you and said something to you or did something to you that like revealed to you that you could not trust them. You know, it could be a sibling as well. You know, and just anybody who you thought that you can trust until they revealed their hand, you know what I mean? Like they showed you that they couldn't be trustworthy. And I think that you being the King of Cups, or, you know, represented as the King of Cups, I think that you are able to send them love and be compassionate still. Like, I don't think that you really cut this person off entirely, but what I would say is to watch your back, because it's kind of like, what is that? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer kind of thing. But also, I don't always recommend that either, you know. But I do think that you maybe can see this person's point of view and understand why, you know, based off of their traumas and their own experiences with you and your past and their path, and you know, I think that you are very empathic and can understand why they did this, but it still was painful and it still hurts you, and so you just kind of separated yourself in order to protect yourself more fully in a stronger way. I think this person does look up to you for guidance. I think that you are an example to them of how they should be more in tune with themselves, or like more spiritually aware. I think that they have learned a lot from you. And I don't know if they have ever really told you, or if they did, I don't know if they have ever really admitted it to themselves either. I just don't think that they're mature in that way. I think that they are incapable of being accountable for their actions, and incapable of admitting when they're really wrong. I'm gonna clarify these. Judgment. We have Mercury, the Magician, King of Pentacles, King of Earth, and Nine of Wands. The bottom of the deck, we have Six of Swords, I believe that you left this person behind, and they're really feeling the distance between you. I think that you guys were more connected once, and then they disrespected you in some way, and so you let them go, but you still have them in your life in some way. Like, you didn't completely burn the bridge. And so now they're really seeing the distance between you guys. You know, I don't think that they're completely unsuccessful. Like, maybe they did learn, let's just say, the law of attraction from you, and so they really took the techniques and those principles to heart, and they have applied it to their own life, and they've seen how their life has shifted because of what they learned from you. But I do think that you are on a path that's away from them. It's like you're because after the Nine of Wands, it's a Ten of Wands, and I don't want to say that you're like burning out or anything, but I do think that in this deck, I think that you are running away from them, or running towards your success and your money success, and using. I just don't think that you're so focused on this person so much anymore. I think that you have really held them, or this connection, this friendship, to high standards. Like, I think that you really grew up valuing this person, and really seeing the light within them, but because they didn't see their own light, they did something that betrayed your trust. And so instead of cutting them out, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna just leave them here. I'll get back to this situation with them, but right now I can't deal with that. I have to just focus on myself and focus on your own goals. And I think it's paying off. Yeah, so this person you know, I think they're looking at you. You know, they're holding on to whatever, you know, their closed heart and their whatever they were able to gain. Like, I think that they have become successful to some extent, but karma has also, like, not been so kind to them because they haven't been kind to you or other people in their lives that were good influences on them. And so because of that, they're really feeling resentful. You know, they're feeling a bit guilty. They're like sad to see you like walk away from them and to not be so close to you as you guys once were. But they understand why you have distanced yourself and they don't blame you, really. So I think that they are accepting their fate and anything that they can get to still be attached to you in some way. They're grateful that you like didn't cut them off completely, but they're not very happy either. You know, I think that they're just not happy in their own life and they're in it with themselves, but they may be seeing you as a reason for them being unhappy too, for them not being on your level, that kind of thing. Anyway, so I'm gonna get some, I hope that resonated with you, but I'm gonna get some messages from your person just to see what they want to say to you from their higher self. So let's just see what your person wants to say. We're gonna get some cards. What does your person want to say to you? What does your person want to say to you at this time? Pile 3. We have, what you see on social media is not a real representation of my life. Don't jump to conclusions based on that. So they could seem like they're having a very good life on social media, or they may be posting a lot to get your attention or just other people's, but really they're not doing so great mentally. I would say mentally they're not. Everlasting love. I think in a way that's how you feel about them too. Like you feel unconditional love for this person. They could be family, they can be soul family, you know, somebody that you grew up with or have been connected to for a very long time, so you don't want to cut them off completely, but it's just like unfortunate that your relationship has come to this, you know? But you still have everlasting love for them. You have love in your heart for them and compassion. Even though it hurts, I'm grateful for the memories we shared and the love we had. Yeah. I think you feel very betrayed. And the connection has been tainted to the point where it's just not going to be what it used to be, and you miss that kind of innocence and purity. But that's life, right? It's just what it is. Pile 3's person, messages. I think them being separated from you hurts. Do you think we could start over? I think that the people around them don't compare to you, like your light and your energy either. They're probably not as inspired as to these people, not inspired by these people, but or they're just like, you know, not on the same level as you, I think. Thank you for being so kind and understanding. Yeah. I think they regret what they did to you, but they don't know how to really say that. I want you back, but I'm working on healing myself first. Oh, one at a time, please. Accidentally in love. I hope we can both find peace and closure, and I hope we both find the love we deserve. I think that this person, in some ways, wanted you to cut them off, or, you know, that's probably a repeating pattern of theirs, you know, to just treat people that are too good for them like shit. Excuse my language, but, you know, like to treat them badly in a way that's like not doesn't really represent how they really feel about you, because I do think that they do love you, but it's just like their own self-hatred that causes them to do things like this and to reject people and like self-sabotage. And they are grateful that you didn't really like treat them the way that they deserved, because they know that they deserve how you are acting towards them now. But they are grateful to have mercy as well, you know. And by you like staying in their lives, they are learning more, you know. I think that you inspire this person to be better, to be a better version of them. To I think that if you would have cut them off, they would have really taken that to heart and really been like a lost soul. Okay, not to put that much pressure on you, like I don't think that it's up to you to really save this person, but I think just by you not cutting them off is enough, you know. Like you can keep your distance and be protected, but you know, like not deleting them from social media, you know, or still being friends in that way. You don't have to talk to them anymore so much, but like, you know, like not blocking them kind of thing. I think even that is very inspiring to them, because I don't think that they would have reacted like that if the tables were turned. I think they would have really closed their heart. If they were betrayed, they were the ones who betrayed the way that they betrayed you, but you didn't do that. That's not the kind of person that you are. And by setting that example, they are really learning from you, okay? That's what I have for you, pile 3. I hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please consider liking, subscribing, or commenting down below and letting me know. I would love to hear from you all, and I can't wait to read for you again soon, okay? Until then, pile 3. Bye.